What's going on, guys? I'm Entity Maze, also with a new icon, here with my review of the latest Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode. Episode 54, Shine Z Power Ring, Super Full Force 10 million volts. Whew, that is a long title to say. Anyway, before I jump right in, if you're a regular viewer, these reviews will no longer go up on early Fridays, but rather late Fridays or even Saturdays now, because I finally decided to wait for subtitles for this series, as I did get quite a few stuff wrong in my previous reviews, thanks to you guys pointing that out. Some were very constructive feedback. But at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. Cut me some slack, and we all improve, which I've been trying my hardest to do on this channel for a long time. But with that said now, let's get relaxed everybody, as I will now jump right into this episode review. It's a good episode. It begins off from where the previous episode ended off, Ash chasing after Mother Beast Lusamine on Solgaleo. However, because all of Lusamine's Pokemon got sent out to deal with Ash's friends, the Nalego controlling Lusamine creates a poison path to block Ash from getting near it, which was pretty clever. Anyway, we then cut to Gladion continuing his battle against Absol, which although it was a short battle and didn't have that much strategy with moves, it was pretty hype, mostly thanks to the fast-paced action and the epic Gladion theme playing in the background. Crazy how background music can make the experience even better. That's why I dedicate a section to music in my reviews, in fact, if you didn't know. Regardless, over at the classmates, they continue their battle against Lusamine's Pokemon too, and how they defeat the Pokemon were actually kind of cool ways. We have Lana finally putting use to a Z-Ring again, Sophocles double teaming with his electric type Pokemon, hello Chargeable, good to see you in some kind of way again, and what was advertised in the magazine as a Z kind of power move combo by Rowlet and Steenie, which it wasn't really that special as they made it out to be, as it was just two normal moves looking more flashy. I expected more in fact, but I respect how the creators did something somewhat unique here with that. Anyway, because Ash was still not getting towards Lusamine, her Pokemon kept getting back up from the Ultra Energy, despite being defeated, making it a harder time for his friends to deal with them. So Gladion decides to keep his Lycanroc and Umbreon out to battle a revived Absol, while he goes on Sylph Valley to help Ash. However, at Ashville, Solgaleo puts Ash on his back and runs over the poison, as it didn't affect it as it's part Steel type. Ash then comes up with the plan to make Pikachu distract Mother Beast Lusamine with his electric moves, while Ash jumps to try and grab Lusamine, but this kept backfiring on him, getting hit multiple times by the Mother Beast, although it was a decent plan. He just needed a bit of extra help, which is where Gladion and Lily then come to the rescue on Sylph Valley. They even got through the poison path using unique ways. Lily going unconfable because of Magic Guard, and Gladion changing Sylph Valley into a Steel type. Like, yo, I'm really liking how this episode is using type advantages, as we all know that can go differently in the anime at times. Regardless, Lusamine screams to tell everyone to stay away from her, as of course Nalego is strong, and then it creates a mountain of rocks, which Lily climbs it, not asking for Ash or Gladion's help, while she tries to start Lusamine out with her words. And for sure, it worked. The speech she gave was powerful, talking about how she hates Lusamine treating her like a spoiled baby, yet she's been a bigger one, which allowed her to be taken over by an Ultra Beast, and that she isn't her real mother now, not the strong one who could move on her own legs, and begs that she does actually move on her own, which she nearly does break free of Nalego. Like, wow, this whole scene was just beautiful, really nice emotion. However, Nalego does then fully consume Lusamine, which Gladion thinks is because it wants to learn more about humans, and Nalego then blocks itself with a rock wall. Ash asks Gladion to perform a Z-move combo with him as it could break the wall and break Lusamine free, but of course Gladion already used his Z-move. So Gladion instead then decides to draw its attention, while Ash gets really motivated and prepares to use his Gigavolt Havoc with Pikachu. However, he basically accidentally creates his own Z-Crystal, this being the exclusive Z-Crystal from the games, the Pikachu Z, and then performs 10 million Thunderbolt, which I'm not gonna lie, wasn't as amazing as I expected it to be, but it was still pretty awesome to watch regardless. And yes, it doesn't get explained how he created it, but it doesn't really matter to me that much though, as it is basically a sea crystal that's meant to be exclusive to Ash. Betcha we'll next see it in the Necrozma arc or Leagueville, as it does disappear afterwards. Anyway, as you can see, this C move defeats Mother Beast, making it unmerge, Nalego fleeing and the gang helping Lusamine, which she then thanks them for helping her. Gotta love how Gladion blushes over this hug too. That's adorable coming from him. And Lily once again showing really nice emotion, especially the eyes animated. Ooh, so good. The episode then ends off with everybody riding on Solgaleo back to their world at the Altar of Sun, where Kukui and Bruna are waiting and glad that they're all safe. And you know what happens next? This is really funny. Ash and his friends call themselves the best team. I don't think so. That's real comedy right there. If you feel like the SM gang are the best team though, I respect your opinion. Regardless, let's now move on to my overall thoughts of this episode. Firstly, for the story, it was quite simple once again, but unlike that previous episode, I enjoyed this one a lot more. That being because of the good emotion from Lily and action coming from Ash. It was a nice mixture. In fact, I like how both got equal attention, as of course this is meant to be Lily's arc, and well, Ash is the main protagonist who delivers the best action too. Now, although it does have similarities to the previous episode as well with these themes, I just found those moments I explained to be way more entertaining. Lily legit stood up for herself and gave such a beautiful speech, which I can respect, and then Ash trying to find ways to save Lusamine was cool, well of course the coolest moment being that C move, which all of this just tops the last episode a lot for me. Anyway, staying on the topic of Ash's action though, you know how he created the Sea Crystal? It actually kind of reminded me of Ash Greninja's transformation, as of course Ash and his Greninja got their unique limited time power by forming a strong bond together, which is exactly what happened here basically, but as a Sea Crystal instead of transformation. I wonder if the writers were actually going for this kind of effect, or if it was just one big coincidence. Regardless, because it made me get that feeling of a special bond power, I felt hype and excitement, which are two important factors for me to enjoy episodes 2. And I don't know, I just felt like I had to share that I felt a bit of Ash Greninja vibes there. And by the way, no, I'm not saying this Z move is better. I feel like the transformation opens more move strategies, whereas Z moves are just one hit to win basically. But yeah, it was just nice basically seeing, this is what happens when you go off script, Ben. But yeah, I just felt it to be very hype, much like Ash Greninja. Regardless of that though, let's actually talk about Mother Beast Lusamine once again. It was nothing what I was expecting compared to the games, but I found the whole idea to be alright. She was trapped, and the gang just wanted to save her, but still delivered nice emotion like the games delivered too, even if different. It gave that emotion being Lusamine in the end, bonding more with her children, which put a smile on my face. Very nicely done. You know what, just Lusamine's entire character just felt so nice in this anime. It was fresh basically, and not completely taking every asset of her from the games. Just that emotion was very nice with Lusamine, and you know, just how she allowed herself to get captured. Lusamine, you're a great character in this anime. And I went off script once again, god damn it. Finally, for this story section though, I have to give props to this episode nearly being fully serious, much like the previous episode too. Like wow, GG anime creators, I'm impressed. And you know what, the classmates battles were way more better than the previous episode too. The action this time around for the classmates was more interesting, especially like I stated earlier on with the combo moves. With that story section said though, let's now move on to the animation and music aspects of this episode. Firstly, for the animation, it was fluid throughout the whole thing, but my favourite highlights have to be when Mother Beast Lusamine used the poison attack. That was pretty to look at. All the Z moves pretty much looked good, just the best being 10 million volts though because it was the new one and had a very nice mixture of colours. And finally, once again, just the background setting of Ultra Space. It was very nice to look at. As for the music aspects though, my god, it was phenomenal in this episode. So many good tunes. The best for me being the Ultra Space music in the narration scene, the tune that played during Ash charging towards Lusamine, the Toto music when Mother Beast made the Wall of Rocks, and the tune that played when the gang came out of the Ultra Wormhole. They were all just so beautiful. And of course, like I already explained, how epic the Gladion theme was. The Gladion theme being the best out of all of these. With everything I've said in this video though, I've decided to give this episode a rating of 8 out of 10. What a sweet episode. I like how the 8th arc has delivered some unexpected elements too. Anyway, be sure to stay tuned next week for the final Aether arc review, where I give the entire arc an overall rating based on the ratings I gave each episode. I have quite a bit to say regarding the entire thing, and of course we have to talk about the actual episode next week too. But for now, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. I'd love to hear. And if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to leave a like and a subscribe for future Pokemon content. It helps out a ton. For now though, this is Entity Maze, signing out.